Record to the cloud. Perfect. Awesome. Well, you guys, I have such an exciting interview for you today. We are going to interview Maria Quattrone. She has about 25 years of experience in the real estate industry, and she leads a team of veteran professionals. She's CEO and associate of Remax experience and Remax. And Maria is here to share marketing strategies. We're going to talk about mindset tips. We're going to talk about video marketing, all the things. Maria, welcome. Welcome to the Real Estate Marketing Society podcast. We're so excited to have you today.
Shanta, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. And what a wonderful way to start the Friday morning.
Absolutely. Yes, there's no better way than talking about how we're going to level up our businesses. So I can't wait to dive deep into this conversation. First, Maria, I want to find out a little bit more about your background. How did you get started in real estate and grow such a great career?
Yes, absolutely. So I was in radio advertising sales for 11 years prior to getting into real estate. And if anything knows about selling radio, you're selling air. You can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't see it, and only a very small percentage of people can actually purchase radio advertising. So after doing that, I wanted to do something different where I had a little bit more opportunity to control my financial destiny. And a friend told me all about real estate, and I said, I don't know, if that's for me. And so I did some investigation. I met with his actually business partner at the time, and I asked a ton of questions. And I said, I think I can do this. And that was in 2000. I made the decision in 2003. At the end of 2003, I took the next available course, which is January 2004, and then started. Worked for the next 12 months, 13 months, both careers, and really hit the ground running when I entered the industry.
Wow. It sounds like, a lot of people that I talk to who are real estate agents end up having a past career, maybe in sales or doing something else. Share with me a little bit about how your background in sales has helped you work with clients and grow your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would go back like to when I was young and I door knocked selling greeting cards and wrapping paper. And I think that was my first sales job. I found an opportunity in this little magazine. I was flipping through it and it says, make $1 for every product sold. So my reason for doing that is because I wanted to buy my family gifts for Christmas from the church Christmas bazaar. So very first time I door knocked was when I was about 9 years old. And how did the sales come about prior to real estate? Well, when I was in radio, we had talked to about maybe 100 people to get 10 appointments and to close 1 or 2 sales. So that's an enormous amount of contacts. I mean, most people in real estate, if they had to make that many contacts to do a sale, they probably wouldn't do it. So I did a lot of literally cold calling. Also, door knocking businesses, going business to business to find out who handled their advertising and making connections that way. So there was a lot of things that I did prior to showing up in real estate. So when I did show up in real estate, I hit the ground running.
So did you start off your real estate career door knocking as well? Like you did
No,
in your corporate
I
career?
didn't. No.
Okay.
What I did is in the very beginning, when I started, I worked in an office and I would go in and I'd answer the phone, floor time. And people would call and they said, I'm interested in 1112 Spruce Street. And I would say, well, that building is no longer available, but I have others. And so my second sale was a 4-unit building for $1,050,000 back in 2004, excuse me. And that was sale number 2. I sold a multifamily building as my second sale because I answered the phone and there was 2 doctors, husband and wife, who wanted to invest in real estate.
Wow. Wow. So I love your story. It sounds like you just, you left corporate America, you jump right in, you actually hit the ground running in your real estate career. You were making sales early on, pretty substantial sales as well.
Yeah. I had my first sale in 30 days, the first 30 days. I helped a friend buy a house, and I think I was licensed in the beginning of March, and I closed that sale at the end of March, March 31st. And then the second sale was at the end of April. That was the 1,051,000. And then from what was so basically March 31st to the end of the year, I closed 17 sales, 4 point, I think it was like 4.5 million back then. And then second year, I did 38 sales. Now I'm full time because there's no more career. And I had an admin within 2 months, and I started a team in 2004. It was not a very popular thing to do, and not a lot of people liked it.
You mean
The
having
other
a team?
agents. Yep. But back then, teams were not prevalent. People didn't understand it. They thought that as a real estate agent, that you should do every part of the transaction. And I think if you're a great real estate agent and you're great in sales, you should only do sales and let somebody else do everything else.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in delegating. I tell people all the time, look at your business and find out where you'll pay somebody $15 an hour to do something, and delegate that, level up your business so you can be able to afford to bring on more people and you'll make more money. So that's like a win-win. So tell me, Maria, a lot of agents, especially, at our marketing agency, we work with seasoned agents as well as new agents who just are not sure how to get into their stride. Unlike you, they haven't had 38 sales their second year, or even, $1 million deals the first year. Can you give some tips to new agents who are just looking to find their land legs? What would you say to a new agent who's just trying to get some momentum in their business?
Sure. So number one thing you're going to do is you're going to have a daily schedule. You're going to time block. You're going to have a daily schedule, and you're going to make a commitment every day to talk to a minimum of 21 people, conversations more than 2 minutes. The goal of that is to set 2 appointments a day. So you want to set 2 appointments, because just say 50% cancel, then we have 5 appointments a week. So first things are getting your mindset right with what you need to do in order to have a perfect daily schedule. What does that mean? That means that we have a schedule like we actually are going to corporate America. So we get up, you might want to do some exercise or some reading, journaling, meditating, prayer. Then now we got that out with, get ready, shower, do what you got to do. And then first thing, maybe you want to practice what you're going to say, because if you don't practice, you're practicing out in the public. You're practicing on your clients. So practice with a colleague, practice your scripts. There's certain things in real estate that we need to ask every single buyer or seller. We need the information. So we need to know the questions. And we call that dialogue, scripts and dialogue. And we'll say, well, in the script and this, I'm like, you need to know here. So when do you plan on moving? How soon do you have to be there? What's important about the agent that you choose? Right? Are you paying cash, or will you need financing? Have you already been pre-approved with a lender? These are all things that you 100% as a professional realtor need to know the answers. So you need to know the questions to ask. You need to say it with enthusiasm and with care, and you need to listen. You need to listen.
Yes.
You need to focus on making the conversations happen. And it takes a little bit of time to ramp up to the 21 minimum and the 2 set. But we do something in our organization. It's called Rise in Real Estate Academy. And when you are a new agent entering our company, you will attend this for a 2 week time frame. Actually, one's happening right now as we speak. And during that 2 week time frame, we will teach you all about all the things you need to say, all of the time blocking, the mindset, everything that will help you to just get off of the ground. But what I teach is over a 90-day period, we read this book in the first week. It's called The Compound Effect. And we are adding and layering and adding and layering every single day. So every single day, you're learning more, you're doing more. If you want to have more, you have to do more. Period. There's no other ifs, ands, or ways about it. You have to do more. And in today's environment, more is required of every single body.
It's a numbers game, that's for sure. And consistency wins. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be consistent. That's my motto. So
I'll take a gritty, consistent action taker over talent any day of the week.
absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go back to these 21. So these are 21 calls or 21 touches?
Conversations.
Conversations. So how would a new agent start? Who would they talk to? Would this be their sphere of influence? How would they start that?
Great question. So in our organization, you would start the first 2 days by calling your sphere of influence because we want you to get warmed up. And these people are going to be happy to hear from you because you're calling and saying, I wanted to talk to you and let you know I just began my career in real estate. And they'll say, congratulations. And you'll say, thank you so much. In order to build my business, I'm calling to see who you know that's looking to buy or sell real estate. And by the way, when do you plan on moving? And that gets them into building confidence. So we work on confidence, little things to build confidence. And then because we have about, 20,000 people in our database right now, the agents can call into the database and find opportunity that's there. And so there is an enormous amount of opportunity in the database because, Shanta, you know this. Most people, when they raise their hand to say they want to buy or sell, they don't act today. Very few take action right now. Okay. So where's the business? The gold mine is in a database. So my recommendation to a new person is to join an organization that provides you leadership and opportunities and has a culture of contribution and caring and one of continuous learning.
Yes, I love that. Now, Maria, being in the industry for 25 years, I know you've seen the market do all kinds of things. Right now, we're going into a crazy market. There's recession. It's probably here. Let's be realistic about it. Tell me, how were you able to sustain through the market collapse of 2008 and all the other
Sure.
market shifts? Share with us your secret.
Yeah, 2008 was not a joke. It was a real thing that happened. But something happened with us. We actually grew and we did more business and we gained more market share from 08, 9, 10, and 11. 11, mid 11 is when the market shifted again it started to go up. So we've been in a going up market since 2011. And what we did in 2008 is shut the news off, hunker down, head down. We went on as many listing appointments as we could because there were so many expired listings. And I told the story the other day, there was a 6-week period during this time. I think it was in maybe 2009 or 10, and that around there. Maybe it was in a good time. 6 weeks. I had no pendings and no new listings. And I was going on listing appointments every day, and I was in the office at 7:30, and I was first in, last out. So 7:30 to 7:30. And I went on a ton of appointments, and we got offers in for our listings, and the sellers wouldn't take them. They still believed that they could get more. And it must have been like end of '08 or not '09. They still weren't in acceptance that the real estate market had tanked. And so after the 6 weeks, all of a sudden, all of this business was flooding in like uncontrollably, because we put the time and the effort and we stayed consistent and we did the work even though we couldn't see. It's like the saying, you're just 3 feet from gold. That's kind of what happened. And it was through the consistency over many years, because prior to that, people were order takers. They were order takers for the 5 years before that. So if you entered the industry, you thought that this is what it was. A buyer calls and they say, want to see a house, and they write an offer. It's not, that's not how it works. It takes grit, determination. I'm going to say hard work, but it takes work, and work works. At the end of the day, if you do the work, it works. This morning we have a daily conference call huddle with the entire organization every single day, Monday to Friday, 8:30 sharp. And I asked one of our agents, she started April 1. And I said, Nadia, can we do this without calling, following up with texting or emailing? I said, how could we do it? She goes, it's not possible. She goes, you have to do the work. You have to do the work, and you have to do the work every day, and you have to be consistent. So this young woman has 3 children. She closed 5 transactions between April 1st and last week. 5 closed, and she has 4 pending. And she's been here since April 1. And it's today, July 15th. So that's because she followed the process. She has a daily schedule. She follows it. She listens. She does the work. She does the scripts. She calls in the database. All the businesses come from floor calls and database. No SOI.
Okay. And what's SOI for?
Oh, sphere of
Non.
influence.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start using the acronym. So Maria, one thing that you just mentioned was turning off the news. I've definitely a big believer in not consuming a ton of media, because my brain can only handle so much. And it seems like as I age, it's definitely, more of that fact that, I believe that I can only put so much energy into 1 or 2 things. And I choose to focus on my business and being successful and, doing the things I need to do for my family and that sort of thing. And when I'm consuming a lot of news or media, which is usually negative, it drains me of creativity, my energy, my motivation. And so I love the fact that you said in 2008, you just turn off that TV, didn't believe all that negative stuff, and you're able to put your nose to the grindstone and get stuff done. That's amazing. So that really opens up our conversation into talking about mindset. Can you share with me your journey in terms of mindset? How has that helped you with your success? And can you give us any tips on making sure we have the right mindset to move towards success?
Well, I love listening to podcasts. Right now, I was listening yesterday, the last 2 days, to Ed Milet. Do you know Ed Milet?
No.
Oh,
Share.
he's amazing.
Okay.
He's amazing. And he just wrote a book about doing more and doing one more. And you should listen to his YouTube on that. It's pretty powerful. I
We'll check him out.
was in the gym actually crying. Like, I'm in the gym. I had the towel. I was like hiding my face in the towel because it was very emotional. And it talks about, doing one more. You can do more. All of us can do more, and not settling. And I talk about, we are where we are because that's what we settled for. It's not because of our circumstance. It's because we didn't do more. We didn't do more. And you need to look at yourself in the mirror, and you need to say, what is it that I want? And what am I willing to do? And what am I willing to let go of in order to do that? One of the things that's really important is to not have that victim mindset. Everything happens to me. I hear this so often. It's the first sign of not being hired into our organization, because you can't change that. Only the person can. So keeping your mindset strong, listening to great podcasts, reading great books. If you've never read The Compound Effect and you're just starting out, it's a great book. I don't care. It's a great book for anybody to understand. I use it in my personal life, for my health. The compound effect of not eating sugar now for 140 days, of not eating complex carbohydrates, of not eating gluten, the compound effect of what happens in your body, the compound effect of walking 3 miles a day or riding a bike 10 miles a day or lifting weights. All that is compounded over time. I will say, and something about in the end of February, I decided for the month of March, no sugar. So what happened? I got confidence because I kept my promise to myself. This is how you keep your mindset strong. You keep your promises to yourself. Then I said, okay, let's add some walking in. Great. Now I'm walking. I'm getting up, doing some exercise. Then I want to get back on my bike. Let's start biking. Let's do that a couple days a week. Getting stronger. Stop eating any kind of rice, potato, corn. Very, very limited on that. More veggies, some fruit, more fish than meat. Right now, I'm getting stronger mentally because I'm keeping my promises to myself. Mindset is about keeping your promises to yourself. Most of our mindsets go in the toilet because we say we're going to do something and then we don't show up. And then we say we're going to do something else and we don't make the calls. And then we say we're going to do something else and it happens all day long, all day long, all day long. And your mindset about being strong gets chiseled away every single time. The more that you can keep the commitments to yourself, the stronger your mindset is going to be. And staying away from people that don't benefit you, that are bringing you down. We have them in our lives. Do our best to set boundaries and remove them. We can't save anybody. The only thing we can do is ourselves. When you're on the airplane, first thing they say when they give you the little tutorial before the plane takes off, if the oxygen mask falls down, put it on yourself first and then help others. So unless you take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, you cannot lead others and you cannot take care of others to the full extent that you want to. And a lot of times I see, especially with moms, they'll say, my kids, my kids, my kids. And then they're a mess because they haven't taken care of themselves yet. You can't take care of your kids at the highest level because you're not taking care of yourself. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, those are some things, I say also from a mindset standpoint, start every day at 0. What's that mean? Starting every day at 0 means you have no money in the bank. You have in this case, we're talking about real estate. You have no pendings, you have no listings, you have no buyers, you have no sellers. What energy would you bring to your day to find opportunities if you started every day at 0? And just because you make your goals and commitments doesn't mean you stop. So that's when you do more because you have momentum. And the big mo, as we call it, the big mo gives you more mo. So keeping with momentum, starting every day at 0. Remember, it's progress, not perfection. We don't need perfection. We just need progress, consistent action. Yesterday, I had in my meeting, I think there's like 18 of us in sales. So I said, okay, we're going outside. They're looking at me like, what are we doing? So we're door knocking. And they're like, of the amount of 18 people, only 3 people ever door knocked in their life before, myself and 2 others. So why did I do that? Stepping out of your comfort zone, building confidence. We want to help them build confidence. So we build confidence, then it builds more confidence. And then you want to do more. Oh, you're excited now. You're excited about life. You're excited. Oh my God, I got a sale. I got a buyer agency sign. So I got a listing contract. I put a family under, I put a buyer under contract. Every time we have a win, we celebrate the little wins. The little win was you door knocked. In 40 minutes, we made 60 contacts. And we got a couple appointments set as an organization. It was a team building, right? Because they went in pairs. We went to as a group first, and then they broke up in pairs. So there was a lot of little lessons in that. It was hot yesterday in Philly too. It's probably about 87. Everybody was sweating and came back. They're like, we need water. Next time everyone's going to bring water with them next week. Today on our call, I said, what did we learn? Wow, I can do this. I can step out of my comfort zone. I'm building confidence. I'm getting better.
Yes, there's one thing that you mentioned, one nugget of information. I want to make sure our listeners hear one thing that you said. You've actually alluded to it several times during this interview. Actually exercise, and it's something that has leveled up my life. It's changed everything. I started weightlifting, like major weightlifting, about a year ago, and I've lost a lot of weight. And not just that, the weight is the wonderful thing, looking better in my clothes, feeling better, feeling more youthful. But the one thing that it's changed is being able to handle the hard stuff. So if I go and lift weights in the morning and I come back to my business, I come back to work, and maybe things are hard, I'm dealing with a difficult client or having to make challenging decisions, none of it really is as hard as it used to be, because I've been able to leave it out there. Weightlifting, I can do the hard things in terms of weightlifting, and it's helped me push through and do the hard things in life. And showing up for myself as a mom, showing up for myself, it's improved my marriage. My husband and I started hiking about a year ago together. We hike once a week, and it's here in Georgia. It's humid too, so we've taken a couple weeks off, but we typically hike every Saturday. And all of that stuff, just getting physical and getting that energy out, it really has helped me even be more creative with ideas. So I love that you also have exercise as one thing that's helped you with your mindset too.
So one of the things I would say about that is exactly when the magic happens, is when nothing is happening. Meaning we're not in like go, go, go mode, or in like chill mode. Chill mode could be lifting, right? Chill mode can be just non-work mode. And that's when you're like, oh, let me write that down. That's a great idea. I wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes. Hopefully, I'm not as often as I used to. So thankfully, because that's all due to the exercise. But I would have ideas in the shower. I get my best ideas, or just like walking around and going for a walk. And that's when the things all start to come together. I love that. 100%.
Absolutely. Well, this podcast is all about marketing. We are the Real Estate Marketing Society. And Maria, I know you can share some secrets in terms of your marketing. I know video is a big part of that. You were telling me earlier that you are committed to live streaming. Tell me more about your marketing strategy. What's working for you right now? And I also want to hear more about your video marketing strategy.
Sure. So one of the things that when you have a client, a new or somebody who wants to buy or sell, we have them, you put them in your database. Hopefully everybody has a database today. And you talk to them in your database. You can create long-term campaigns. We have create these with video, with email, with constant updating, not even about real estate. I will talk in there and do a video about motivation, inspiration, The talking to the database and being able to touch them, happy birthday, happy house anniversary. And I'm not saying like you create these videos and they're evergreen. So just taking time to create content, getting content out there, being on people's podcasts, having your own podcast, all these little things, put it every single day, doing the work, letting people know what you do. From a marketing standpoint, it's not like one thing. We do a lot of different things. I mean, we've had billboards. We're on a pause for the summer, but we'll go back on in the fall. Like, so we've done radio, we've done TV in the past, we do direct mail. Things work over time, and it just depends on what kind of money you have to spend. If you have no money, okay, if you have zero money to spend on marketing, what I would do is take my little trusty phone here, download the Big View app, okay, create a market update video that can go out every single month to your database or to social, and not one or the other, both. But if you don't have a database for whatever reason, at minimum social, Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn. You put it on your YouTube channel. The monthly market update is something that is easy to do. You're going to update about what's going on in your metro market, or if you live in a small town, whatever. And that can get legs. And you want to do it in like a cool spot. So maybe if you're at the beach, you do it in front of the ocean. Hopefully it's not like crashing loud behind you. Or one of my friends, she's in Canada, and she did it in a cranberry, like cogs of cranberries. It was the coolest video. I think she ended up getting like a couple thousand people watch it because it was super cool. Another one was done in like a pumpkin patch. So anyway, you can do these videos, or you can just do it outside. And if you walk, the video loves movement. The algorithm in social loves movement. So if you can walk and do them, you just have somebody hold up the phone for you, and you walk towards the phone, and you literally take the script, upload it into Big View, and there's a teleprompter, and all you need to do is read it right off of the phone. It literally costs no money. No money. What else can you do that costs no money? Expired listings. Calling expires, calling FSBO. Right now, there's going to be more expired listings than we've had in the last, I don't know, at least 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because the houses are not selling. If you look at the top 10 markets have decreased. They're anywhere from 70% of price reductions in the month of May and June to 41%. In Philly, we had in the month of May, around 50% of the houses had to be reduced. And this month, I suspect it's going to be more than that, because it's very little activity going on. So during the little activity that's going on, this is the time to get your shit in line, all right? To create evergreen video. You can go to answerthepublic.com, and you could type in Atlanta real estate, and you will see what people are talking about. You then can create videos based on what the public wants to hear about. So this can be anything. You could talk about why to get green pictures. What's that mean? Like, okay, so it snows here. It's like nasty in the winter. So we want to get our pictures done by October. Somebody's going to list after that, and they're not ready yet. You can talk about that. You can talk about where to spend money and value in your house. You can talk about the mortgage, how interest rates don't affect mortgage rates. You can talk about, buy the house now, marry the house, buy the rate. Get the house, refi later, because we know that as a first-time home buyer, prices will continue in that market to continue to go up because of the lack of inventory. There's so many things that you can do videos about. So many. I have a list of like 100. If you can't even make them up yourself, go to one of these big Facebook pages that are out there and just see what they made the video about. We have Rise in Real Estate. I have all different types of videos that talked about, you can talk about for for home buyers. Why right now it's super important to look at all your options to get into a home, because right, if you're paying rent, you're paying 100% interest. So I can go on and on with tons of video topics, but find video topics, use Big View, use just your phone, post on social. You can go live. You can go live right from Facebook. I use StreamYard because I'd like to save my video and we do something with it after. But you can go live right directly to Facebook. Right now we're on Zoom and we're live. We're streaming live, but going live on Facebook, getting your message out there. You know what people want to know? Who you are. And nobody else is you. And you all have a story to tell. I'm right now participating in a multi-author book. I'm actually one of the producers of it, and I partner with a publishing company. So it's called Fearless Female Leaders, Their Untold Stories Revealed. And so contributors can participate in the book. We have 2 different levels that they can buy in at. Of course, it's an investment, but what a great thing. Do a book. People say, well, the economy, this, the economy, that. Guess what? You get to make your own economy. Isn't that great about America? We get to make our own economy every single day. And that's by being an action taker. And so marketing is everything. It's you walking down the street. Do you feel good in your clothes? Do you look good in your clothes? You know, I had a conversation with a friend. She said, I just buy clothes that look okay. And she's like, I'm getting a stylist. I'm like, that's fabulous. And I understand the buying clothes that look okay thing versus buying things that you just love and you feel good in. You are a marketing tool. You're being wherever you go. People are want to know about real estate everywhere. Tell them what you do. Don't be a secret agent.
This is great. This is great, Maria. I know our listeners got a lot of value from our talk today. So much was shared. So much golden nuggets were shared today. But as we close, I want to find out if you have 3 books that if an agent who wants to level up, wants to elevate their brand, season new, whatever season of their business, 3 books that you could suggest to them.
Sure.
Okay.
I always suggest The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy. Number 1. Number 2, E-Myth Revisited, Michael Gerber. Amazing book. You have to understand that you can't bake the cakes, do the cash register, sweep the floors all by yourself. You need to be in a business with people that can assist you or be in an organization where they can assist you. It's really, really important to understand that concept. Number 3, let's see. There's so many books. Not who, but not how, but who. That's a great book. Winning is a great book. Right now I am reading, what am I reading? I'm reading Perfect Health by Deepak Chopra. And I'm reading The Power of Coincidence by Deepak Chopra. These books they're not about real estate, but they're about life. And they're about aligning your soul to who you really want to be. And I think that's really important because real estate's just a vehicle to help us live our dreams. But we as a human have to know what it is we want.
Absolutely. Well, this was amazing. Thank you so much for being here with us. I am so on fire. I'm ready to implement a lot of stuff that you're talking about. I love the concept of starting at 0. I'm going to take that and run with that. So Maria, can you share with us where to find you online? How can we connect with you?
Absolutely. So my website is mqrealestate.com. I'm on Insta at Sold by MQ. Facebook is my name, Maria Quattrone, spelled with a Q. And if you message me, I will respond to you. And you can always call me at 15607-3535. And if you want to know more about the book or being in the book, please reach out. We're right now enrolling probably for the next 3 weeks or so, but I want to get it wrapped up soon. So thank you so much, Shanta, for this opportunity today to speak to your audience. I hope they found value. And if there's anything that I can do, please reach out.
Oh, you were great. This was great. I know they found value. I myself did as well. Maria, thank you so much for being here on the Real Estate Marketing Society podcast. And are excited to keep up with you and see what's going on in your business. I hope you have a great and wonderful week.
Thanks so much. You too.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.